Biden's not the only one doing these photo ops at the border. This clip, I mentioned this yesterday. I didn't have the clip. Clip 12. This is from Ron Flipkowski, who's a blue check. Oh, he's a liberal on Twitter. He says Republicans said Biden just went to the border for a photo op. Well, here's Ted Cruz, Lion Ted Cruz, a conservative guy. The conservatives do it too, the rhinos. Is he a rhino? And he does this photo op. And this is him. This picture kind of looks ridiculous. But he's saying some true things about what's going on at the border. Here's a short clip of Lion Ted at the border. I don't know when this was, but it was put out by people on Twitter. Watch.
So it's past midnight. I'm standing on the shore of the Rio Grande. The water is right behind me. I'm down the Texas border along with 18 senators. We made the trip to see the crisis that is playing out. We've already gone to detention facilities that are overrun, many of them with families, small children. We saw multiple mothers who were nursing infant babies who had just crossed over and were being housed in outdoor holding pens where they were sleeping on the floor and nursing their babies.
That's their fault. That's their fault. But doesn't that look kind of ridiculous? He's like standing outside of the bushes. He's like, look like he's standing.
My first question would be like, is there any animals or insects in this water that I need to be aware of?
I know.
I need to know.
Yeah. I'm sure Secret Service or whoever he's with cleared it out in advance of him coming.
I know. You know,
just like with Joe Biden.
on a side note, and I'll just make it quick, is that people, another thing that makes people's emotions go out of whack too is the imagination telling them that conditions are brutal. Now, there's some conditions that obviously are brutal, right? But like, speaking from my experience, when I lived at my grandpa's house a while ago, my grandpa lives in an old house that he's lived in for 60 years probably. My bed that I slept in, my mom slept in that bed, and then the bed before, like,
nice.
It was old stuff.
Yeah.
Because they didn't really have a lot of money and all that stuff. And the house was never, because it was just my grandpa by himself, the house was never taken care of. It was always really dirty. So every time I would be there, it was just dirty, right?
Yeah.
But I lived there for like a certain amount of years.
No wonder you had asthma.
It probably
dust.
But I lived there for so long, and after a while, your body and your mind just grows accustomed to the lifestyle.
Right.
You're not suffering unless you're in your head about it.
Right.
But you just grow. You find ways to get comfortable. You find ways to work it out. You find ways to get warm, and then you actually realize, like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
So the world, they're like, oh my God, they're such in this horrible position. And like you said, oftentimes they're also putting themselves in that position.
Exactly.
And for two, they got it probably better than what they were coming from. And
true.
It's not even that bad. Like, they're fine. The lady was nursing her baby in the thing, probably
Baby's
in the corner.
Baby getting fed. They're outdoors, and I just looked up. I was distracted. I looked up temperature in El Paso, 63 degrees. And at 3 a.m., it's 42 degrees. Low is 36 degrees. Okay, that gets cold.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it gets cold.
But, like, you know,
maybe.
At the end of the day, if they find out, obviously they don't have stuff, right? It's cold, but like, it's not as bad as like, we got to get them out of there.
I know.
It depends. Do you really? If they don't have blankets and stuff like that, maybe you got to get them out of there. But if they're in that thing and there's 20 of them, trust me, there's 20.
They can
I hear
bundle.
stories. Yeah, they can bundle.
Yep.
And there's 20 Mexicans right now in a studio apartment in L.A.
Right.
You.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're
Exactly.
doing just fine. Splitting the rent, $20 each.
Right.
You know, so
That's
it's
so
like,
true.
people just get dramatic about these things and overdo it. It's like, they're fine.
Yep. Very true. You know, I remember when you're sick or when you're have a deformity or something, other people around you look at you and feel so much worse for you than you feel for yourself most of the time.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm fine. Don't give me all this sympathy.
And it's unfortunate for that person because they actually feel you're making them feel worse by trying to baby them. It's like, no, I'm fine.
Yep.
Leave me alone.
Yeah. It's interesting how you just, because it's good for you. And I think it's kind of, like God-given nature to accept your situation.
That's so true, because it's happened for whatever reason, right? And you deal with it to learn from it or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you're over here getting, it's the same thing as like a child being raised up without a father, so the mom tries to overdo it to feel the love for the father. So let me just give him double love. That's what they call it. Let me just do double love. Yeah. You ain't doing double love. You're just doing double hell.
I know. And you made a good point. You brought up the imagination. People are imagining that they're putting themselves in their shoes, but they have no reality of it, so they don't know.
And their imagination literally is like they're probably so cold. This is horrible, harsh conditions. When maybe, but maybe not.
Right.
Maybe somebody on the border is giving them blankets, sleeping bags, or whatever the case is,
enabling them.
So it's like we just don't be so quick to like feel bad for everybody. They're there for a reason too. So
true, man.